Okay, I guess there'll be more jokes ahead. But let's talk about Tegwolo.
Yeah.
My children have, they have a binge on Tegwolo during the holidays especially. Yeah. And you are 7 of the characters in that cartoon. Tell us about that.
So Tegwolo is my story, first of all. When I was growing up, I was prayer point for my mom. Stubborn. They're stubborn as stubborn Pro Max.
But without the head.
So, like, I was that kid that, you go to school, you come back with it. My shorts would, openings in my shorts, on the knee, at the bum, just because I would always play rough, tear my school uniform. And I was very, very, anything I watch, I must replicate, So, and at the time, it was Jackie Chan, so when Jackie Chan, so I didn't just used to fight normal fight. I used to put the soundtrack So at some point when I said I was going to do animation, I wanted to bring the character to life, and then at the time the jokes were worry. So I was like, what, let's get the worry name. Tegwolo came, and then I had this classmate back in primary school that had bicycle. We used to call him bicycle seat head. The hairs like so we just exaggerated the ogo more, and it came out beautiful.
Absolutely. I know that it's a hit, not just for Nigerians here, but Nigerians in diaspora.
Actually,
when a lot of people want to, in fact, a lot of people have that. Once they come to Nigeria, the first thing they want to say is, I'm looking for the Tegwolo character, because imagine you'll see Tegwolo on the streets. And it's brilliant how you've been able to tell Tegwolo's story. And I mean, you have thousands of subscribers on YouTube. Your videos are
millions, actually.
Hundreds of thousands of...
Millions.
Sorry, millions. I meant the views. Your videos are massed from hundreds of thousands to even millions.
We have 6 to 10 million views monthly.
Wow.
Monthly. And about 2 million subscribers.
And that's ongoing.
And that's ongoing. Yeah, every month there's 6 to 10 million views monthly, and then we have 1.96, almost 2 million subscribers.
Don't worry, we'll get you to 2 million. Let's get it to 2 million. So it's beautiful the work you've done, building this literally from the scratch. You've talked about the inspiration behind this, and I'm glad that this is a true story. That's what really sells, the true story. But also, when you tell the story, what are you trying to achieve, really? What are you usually trying to send across, aside humor, obviously?
Okay, so it's the African story. Everybody that watches it it's very relatable. You see yourself in the character, and we want Africans to be proud of their own. Growing up for me, most of the cartoons that we watched were foreign-based, right? And then somehow it seemed like it's the foreign ones that were genge. So there was something to talk about with, when it comes to our own. Except the ones we were Tales by Moonlight, which they used illustrations and all that. So we want African kids to see themselves in the cartoons. Want them to be able to talk about their own. Oh, growing up I watched. When you say, when the Western guys say they have Superman, tell them you have Tegwolo. When those guys talk about Coco Melon, tell them you have Jenny and Kenny, which is what the new one that we have just created. In fact, the new channel I just launched is called Jenny and Kenny. It's the learning and entertainment channel for kids with Afrofusion. Right? The characters wear beautiful Ankara. All the songs, all the nursery rhymes we have recreated with Afrobeat. Yeah. I'm on piano, like it's groovy, like kids should have something for them. Kids are jumping on Adult Challenge, they're doing, and it's the ratings is obviously 18, and kids are dancing to it. Kids are watching Nollywood, and those summer just, so we want them to have what is African, made by African, that carries the African values, right? He who pays the piper dictates the tune, right? And right now, I'm sure you guys are aware that there's a lot of, they've injected a lot of adult content in kiddies cartoons, the Western world. In fact, some of the nursery rhyme channels now have drag queens, 2 daddies, 2 mommies. It's very, very pronounced. And no disrespect to their own values, but as Africans, as a father of 3 daughters, I want my kids, there's certain values I want to instill in them, and then I instill it. And it goes across my projects. Where African, Tegwolo is pidgin. It's pure pidgin, and people call in and say, this is the closest my kids have to Africa. People in diaspora, my kids are learning how, because trust me, our generation of children will learn pidgin on apps. We're shielding them from these things, those realities of the street, I grew up in Surulere, I'm an Ajebo boy, but then my parents wanted me to have the best education. It worked out fine for me. I have a blend of both. But the way I'm guiding my children,
so you're guilty as well.
I'm guilty.